Genesis 41. Now after 2 years had gone by, Pharaoh had a dream. And in his dream he was by the side of the Nile. And out of the Nile came 7 cows, good-looking and fat, and their food was the river grass. And after them 7 other cows came out of the Nile, poor-looking and thin. And they were by the side of the other cows. And the 7 thin cows made a meal of the 7 fat cows. Then Pharaoh came out of his sleep. But he went to sleep again and had a second dream, in which he saw 7 heads of grain, full and good all on one stem, and after them came up 7 other heads, thin and wasted by the east wind. And the 7 thin heads made a meal of the good heads. And when Pharaoh was awake, he saw it was a dream. And in the morning his spirit was troubled. And he sent for all the wise men of Egypt and all the holy men, and put his dream before them. But no one was able to give him the sense of it. Then the chief wine servant said to Pharaoh, "The memory of my sin comes back to me now. Pharaoh had been angry with his servants, and had put me in prison in the house of the captain of the army, together with the chief breadmaker. And we had a dream on the same night, the 2 of us, and the dreams had a special sense. And there was with us a young Hebrew, the captain's servant. And when we put our dreams before him, he gave us the sense of them. And it came about as he said. I was put back in my place, and the breadmaker was put to death by hanging. Then Pharaoh sent for Joseph, and they took him quickly out of prison. And when his hair had been cut and his dress changed, he came before Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, I have had a dream, and no one is able to give me the sense of it. Now it has come to my ears that you are able to give the sense of a dream when it is put before you. Then Joseph said, Without God there will be no answer of peace for Pharaoh. Then Pharaoh said, In my dream I was by the side of the Nile, and out of the Nile came 7 cows, fat and good-looking, and their food was the river grass. Then after them came 7 other cows, very thin and poor-looking, worse than any I ever saw in the land of Egypt. And the thin cows made a meal of the 7 fat cows who came up first. And even with the fat cows inside them, they seemed as bad as before. And so I came out of my sleep. And again in a dream I saw 7 heads of grain full and good, coming up on one stem. And then I saw 7 other heads, dry, thin, and wasted by the east wind, coming up after them. And the 7 thin heads made a meal of the 7 good heads. And I put this dream before the wise men, but not one of them was able to give me the sense of it. Then Joseph said, These 2 dreams have the same sense. God has made clear to Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 fat cows are 7 years, and the 7 good heads of grain are 7 years. The 2 have the same sense. The 7 thin and poor-looking cows who came up after them are 7 years, and the 7 heads of grain, dry and wasted by the east wind, are 7 years when there will be no food. As I said to Pharaoh before, God has made clear to him what he is about to do. 7 years are coming in which there will be great wealth of grain in Egypt, and after that will come 7 years when there will not be enough food, and the memory of the good years will go from men's minds, and the land will be made waste by the bad years. And men will have no memory of the good time because of the need which will come after, for it will be very bitter. And this dream came to Pharaoh twice, because this thing is certain, and God will quickly make it come about. And now let Pharaoh make search for a man of wisdom and good sense, and put him in authority over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him put overseers over the land of Egypt, to put in store a 5th part of the produce of the land in the good years, and let them get together all the food in those good years, and make a store of grain under Pharaoh's control for the use of the towns, and let them keep it, and let that food be kept in store for the land till the 7 bad years which are to come in Egypt, so that the land may not come to destruction through need of food. And this seemed good to Pharaoh and to all his servants. Then Pharaoh said to his servants, Where may we get such a man as this, a man in whom is the Spirit of God? And Pharaoh said to Joseph, Seeing that God has made all this clear to you, there is no other man of such wisdom and good sense as you. You then are to be over my house, and all my people will be ruled by your word. Only as king will I be greater than you. And Pharaoh said to Joseph, See, I have put you over all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and he had him clothed with the best linen, and put a chain of gold round his neck. And he made him take his seat in the second of his carriages. And they went before him crying, Make way. So he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without your order no man may do anything in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh gave Joseph the name of Zaphnath-Paneah, and he gave him Asenath, the daughter of Potipherah, the priest of On, to be his wife. So Joseph went through all the land of Egypt. Now Joseph was 30 years old when he came before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from before the face of Pharaoh, and went through all the land of Egypt. Now in the 7 good years the earth gave fruit in masses, and Joseph got together all the food of those 7 years, and made a store of food in the towns. The produce of the fields round every town was stored up in the town. So he got together a store of grain like the sand of the sea, so great a store that after a time he gave up measuring it, for it might not be measured. And before the time of need, Joseph had 2 sons, to whom Asenath, the daughter of Potipherah, priest of On, gave birth. And to the first he gave the name Manasseh, for he said, God has taken away from me all memory of my hard life and of my father's house. And to the second he gave the name Ephraim, for he said, God has given me fruit in the land of my sorrow. And so the 7 good years in Egypt came to an end. Then came the first of the 7 years of need, as Joseph had said, and in every other land they were short of food. But in the land of Egypt there was bread. And when all the land of Egypt was in need of food, the people came crying to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said to the people, Go to Joseph, and whatever he says to you, do it. And everywhere on the earth they were short of food. Then Joseph, opening all his storehouses, gave the people of Egypt grain for money. So great was the need of food in the land of Egypt. And all land sent to Egypt, to Joseph, to get grain, for the need was great over all the earth. Genesis 42. Now Jacob, hearing that there was grain in Egypt, said to his sons, Why are you looking at one another? And he said, I have had news that there is grain in Egypt. Go down there and get grain for us, so that life and not death may be ours. So Joseph's 10 brothers went down to get grain from Egypt. But Jacob did not send Benjamin, Joseph's brother, with them, for fear, as he said, that some evil might come to him. And the sons of Israel came with all the others to get grain, for they were very short of food in the land of Canaan. Now Joseph was ruler over all the land, and it was he who gave out the grain to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brothers came before him and went down on their faces to the earth. And when Joseph saw his brothers, it was clear to him who they were, but he made himself strange to them, and talking roughly to them said, Where do you come from? And they said, From the land of Canaan, to get food. Now though Joseph saw that these were his brothers, they had no idea who he was. Then the memory of his dreams about them came back to Joseph, and he said to them, You have come secretly to see how poor the land is. And they said to him, Not so, my lord, your servants have come with money to get food. We are all one man's sons, we are true men. We have not come with any secret purpose. And he said to them, No, but you have come to see how poor the land is. Then they said, We your servants are 12 brothers, sons of one man in the land of Canaan. The youngest of us is now with our father, and one is dead. And Joseph said, It is as I said, you have come with some secret purpose. But in this way will you be put to the test. By the life of Pharaoh, you will not go away from this place till your youngest brother comes here. Send one of your number to get your brother, and the rest of you will be kept in prison, so that your words may be tested to see if you are true. If not, by the life of Pharaoh, your purpose is certainly secret. So he put them in prison for 3 days, and on the 3rd day Joseph said to them, Do this if you would keep your lives, for I am a God-fearing man. If you are true men, let one of you be kept in prison, while you go and take grain for the needs of your families, and come back to me with your youngest brother, so that your words may be seen to be true, and you will not be put to death. This is what you are to do. And they said to one another, Truly we did wrong to our brother, for we saw his grief of mind, and we did not give ear to his prayers. That is why this trouble has come on us. And Reuben said to them, Did I not say to you, Do the child no wrong? But you gave no attention, so now punishment has come on us for his blood. They were not conscious that the sense of their words was clear to Joseph, for he had been talking to them through one who had knowledge of their language, and turning away from them he was overcome with weeping. Then he went on talking to them again, and took Simeon and put chains on him before their eyes. Then Joseph gave orders for their bags to be made full of grain, and for every man's money to be put back into his bag, and for food to be given them for the journey, which was done. Then they put the bags of grain on their asses and went away. Now at their night's resting place, one of them, opening his bag to give his ass some food, saw his money in the mouth of the bag. And he said to his brothers, My money has been given back, it is in my bag. Then their hearts became full of fear, and turning to one another they said, "What is this which God has done to us?" So when they came to Jacob their father in the land of Canaan, they gave him an account of all their experiences, saying, "The man who is the ruler of the country was rough with us and put us in prison, saying that we had come with a secret evil purpose. And we said to him, 'We are true men, we have no evil designs. We are 12 brothers, sons of our father. One is dead, and the youngest is now with our father in the land of Canaan.' And the ruler of the land said, 'In this way I may be certain that you are true men. Let one of you be kept here with me, while you go and take grain for the needs of your families, and come back to me with your youngest brother. Then I will be certain that you are true men, and I will give your brother back to you and let you do trade in the land.' And when they took the grain out of their bags, it was seen that every man's parcel of money was in his bag. And when they and their father saw the money, they were full of fear. And Jacob their father said to them, 'You have taken my children from me. Joseph is gone and Simeon is gone, and now you would take Benjamin away. All these things have come on me.' And Reuben said, 'Put my 2 sons to death if I do not come back to you with him. Let him be in my care, and I will give him safely back to you.' And he said, 'I will not let my son go down with you, for his brother is dead and he is all I have. If evil overtakes him on the journey, then through you will my gray head go down to the underworld in sorrow.' Now the land was in bitter need of food." Genesis 43. And when the grain which they had got in Egypt was all used up, their father said to them, "Go again and get us a little food." And Judah said to him, "The man said to us with an oath, 'You are not to come before me again without your brother. If you will let our brother go with us, we will go down and get food. But if you will not send him, we will not go down, for the man said to us, "You are not to come before me if your brother is not with you." And Israel said, "Why were you so cruel to me as to say to him that you had a brother?" And they said, "The man put a number of questions to us about ourselves and our family, saying, 'Is your father still living? Have you another brother?' And we had to give him answers. How were we to have any idea that he would say, 'Come back with your brother'?" Then Judah said to Israel his father, "Send the boy with me, and let us be up and going, so that we and you and our little ones may not come to destruction. Put him into my care and make me responsible for him. If I do not give him safely back to you, let mine be the sin forever. Truly, if we had not let the time go by, we might have come back again by now." Then their father Israel said to them, "If it has to be so, then do this. Take of the best fruits of the land in your vessels to give the man, perfumes and honey and spices and nuts, and take twice as much money with you. That is to say, take back the money which was put in your bags, for it may have been an error. And take your brother and go back to the man, and may God, the ruler of all, give you mercy before the man, so that he may give you back your other brother and Benjamin. If my children are to be taken from me, there is no help for it." So they took what their father said for the man, and twice as much money in their hands, and Benjamin, and went on their journey to Egypt, and came before Joseph. And when Joseph saw Benjamin, he said to his chief servant, "Take these men into my house, and make ready a meal, for they will take food with me in the middle of the day." And the servant did as Joseph said, and took the men into Joseph's house. Now the men were full of fear because they had been taken into Joseph's house, and they said, "It is because of the money which was put back in our bags the first time. He is looking for something against us, so that he may come down on us and take us and our asses for his use." So they went up to Joseph's chief servant at the door of the house, and said, "O my lord, we only came down the first time to get food. And when we came to our night's resting place, on opening our bags we saw that every man's money was in the mouth of his bag, all our money in full weight, and we have it with us to give it back, as well as more money with which to get food. We have no idea who put our money in our bags." Then the servant said, "Peace be with you, have no fear. Your God, even the God of your father, has put wealth in your bags for you. I had your money." Then he let Simeon come out to them, and the servant took them into Joseph's house, and gave them water for washing their feet, and he gave their asses food. And they got ready the things for Joseph before he came in the middle of the day. For word was given to them that they were to have a meal there. And when Joseph came in, they gave him the things which they had for him, and went down to the earth before him. And he said, "How are you? Is your father well, the old man of whom you were talking to me? Is he still living?" And they said, "Your servant, our father, is well. He is still living." and they went down on their faces before him. Then lifting up his eyes, he saw Benjamin, his brother, his mother's son, and he said, "Is this your youngest brother of whom you gave me word?" And he said, "God be good to you, my son." Then Joseph's heart went out to his brother, and he went quickly into his room, for he was overcome with weeping. Then after washing his face, he came out, and controlling his feelings said, "Put food before us." And they put a meal ready for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians who were with him by themselves, because the Egyptians may not take food with the Hebrews, for that would make them unclean. And they were all given their seats before him in order of birth, from the oldest to the youngest, so that they were looking at one another in wonder. And Joseph sent food to them from his table, but he sent 5 times as much to Benjamin as to any of the others. And they took wine freely with him,